All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a wonderful day. I got another watch list for you, and we need to talk about the silent swan. That's what I mean here in the title. I can't believe this happened, and I'm talking about everything going on with Europe in energy. Pretty much to simplify it, the worst case scenario that we were going over at the beginning of the year, well, it is playing out right now. That is the whole Nord Stream 1 cutoff, but now what this is leading into, here's a pretty picture, the margin rates for anything energy related. This right here is for TTF, European natural gas. It is surging, but what this means is potential defaults. But now, this is why I'm saying it could be a silent swan. This story is just starting, and it is definitely not over. But on Friday, this Friday, in a couple of days, there is going to be a European emergency energy meeting. So keep all of that in mind. We have a lot to talk about. I made a couple of plays today. We went 5 for 5 on the day trades, baby, but I added to UNG and Boyle. Those did not do too good. The coal plays were able to go up, but pretty much right now with that energy, that is a big thing. We saw a bunch of crazy currency moves. Again, if you didn't see the yen, go take a look at it. The euro, all of that. There was a lot of movement and a lot of activity, and we weren't really expecting much this week, and that's why I'm saying it's not as if the market went too crazy today. So it's really watching the global events, seeing where we go from here. But now on the cusp of these next couple of weeks, it might start to get crazy, Chad. So we got a lot to go over. Like I said, I got all the plays, got the recap of today, and then what we're looking at for the rest of the week, and a couple more plays. So drop your thumbs up on that video. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you don't know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. YouTube.com/TheStockMarket. First link in the it's free. Free 99. Oh, don't get me started. And Chad, God bless you. Thank you for keeping it positive. I told you it's business. It's business. Business post. Stop playing. Run it.
Walking to the couch, it's the 2020 election. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a live, but I still reinvest it. Feel how I feel, then you feel less a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Fingers to the down.
I know I'm having way too much fun with that, Chad, but right off the bat, like we said, there was a lot to digest. The European stuff, there is a lot more going on, and we're going to see more of it. Again, that story is not over, but the real standout today was the bonds. If you remember, we brought up the bond chart a couple of days ago, and I was saying, notice the dollar's moving, and you're even watching equities move, and even the Fed futures, but the bonds were not moving, but they finally did so today after both data and Europe. So one thing I will say, and again, this is why I'm saying silent swan and the whole European thing, you got to realize a lot of this still needs to get priced, and there's going to be a lot of back and forth, but quite simply, you have a very important meeting for the ECB on Thursday. And remember, ECB, they started raising rates a lot later than the Fed. Everybody's been bringing up the global inflation, but now them coming in with the energy stimulus that stopped pretty much the markets from imploding today. Again, that's what you have to realize. They came in with a lot of money, but that is further gonna push stimulus. So again, there was a little bit of an effect on the bonds, but a lot of people are just now tying everything in, saying, hey, yeah, maybe the Fed really isn't going to stop raising rates, and maybe we're still going to have to deal with inflation, even though the next report comes out in a week and all the estimates are coming down. I'm telling you, it is wild, but the real standout, it was those bonds. They moved. We had ISM data today, and that was really, really strong. Again, that one had a knee-jerk bad data, good news, bad. But overall, you saw the dollar move a little bit, and again, there was stuff with the euro related to the energy and the yen, but the bonds moving, that was the real big standout. And now by the end of the week, let's really see where that takes us. But now coming into your second key, like I'm saying, that Europe energy stimulus, that's the reason why you didn't see a lot of things go crazy. Without it, I think we probably would have seen a lot of energy markets explode more or less. But what we were talking about all day on stream, it's very simple. Today was a reaction. See what happens after that, because the next steps, that might guide everything. And then by Friday, it is going to be that emergency meeting. We're going to find out about global price caps, if they price the caps for companies domestically. Again, who knows how it's going to play out. They may even just put a cap domestically on the price of natural gas, and that could happen. And it does make it a little bit harder to play because who knows what's going to happen. But pretty much all I'm saying is that if this does not keep the market from imploding, again, people are still going to need energy no matter what. If these first kind of steps to solve the problem fail and we watch everything kind of pick up right where it left off, that will be the black swan scenario, and that could really be negative. So we're watching out for that. But pretty much what you saw today was day one of this development with energy, Europe oil crisis. And now what we're watching for the rest of the week, we want to see how that plays out, as well as the global stuff. Again, like I said, it should have been a burn 1 week, and I still think it could be, but a lot of the drivers are going to happen from overseas. So keep that in mind. But now coming into your final key here, you are going to get the trade balance tomorrow, and that could give us some sort of leading indicator. But now I think tomorrow we'll see what happens with energy, see what happens with Europe and China and some of those headlines. We're going to probably move within the ranges just like we did today. If we go up, I don't think we're going to go too high. If we go low, it's going to go to 3875 next, and then maybe chill out at 385 unless something goes crazy. But overall, I think tomorrow will be its own little day, and then Thursday, that is where the moves are going to happen. You're going to get ECB and Powell, and seeing where we are with the ranges, and depending on where we close tomorrow, that'll pretty much set us up. That'll be a big move. Friday, it'll get everybody ready for CPI, and then we'll see where things are. But again, it is a short week. It's already Tuesday, but those are everything. It was very straightforward. There wasn't much, even though there was the volatility to make it seem crazy. All eyes on Europe and overseas. Those will be the drivers until Powell and the CPI take over. So I hope you're ready, but let us get into the plays. So, right off the bat, like I said, we made a bunch of plays, so I have 3 plays I'm going to go over, but let's remix it a little bit. I'm going to just go over all the plays that we made this morning. I am still holding some from Friday. I got the arch. That went up a lot. Then it came back throughout the day. I got clapped $400 on the boil. Again, even with 25 shares, my UNG shares are now down about $900, and I did add to that, so I'm still holding that. I cut out of the GSAT. You're going to see that one, or you should see it right here. Then still got the dash from a little bit ago, and then that Tesla from Friday. So those are the active ones. Again, I know it could be confusing. We've been swinging a couple of them, but a lot of them I have been closing out. But here were the trades on the day. Again, it was kind of weird to read it in the morning. I wanted to start off small. I shorted 25 shares of Apple, 156.09, covered at 155.26, got about $1 a share, very small gain. But then the market was down. Then I went long on Meta because they were holding up, and then they came back down, but they were better on the day. So I said, okay, Apple and everything else, they're starting to bounce. Now Meta had a little bit more meat to the upside. I grabbed shares, 50 of them at 158.24, sold out at 159.47, got like $1.25, closed out of that trade, reopened another Apple, literally like 5-6 cents higher Then where I opened the other short, closed again at 155.20, got about another $1 per share, but this time I did it on 50, closed out 500 of the GSAT. I got $100 and I wanted to hold it, but I thought the Apple event was Thursday. Everybody said today it was Tuesday. It went up a little bit, then came down. I said, all right, I'm gonna call it a day. I don't want to hold that into the event, or if it announces, there might be moves leading into it tomorrow, so I will keep an eye on that one. But there was that one. Then UNG, it came down to 28. Again, $28, $26. Those are where I'm gonna buy. Set a limit order, it dropped, it filled, I grabbed that. So now I have 300 total, but again, I am down on those. But I really do like it. Then I grabbed the Altria play, the September $46 call for next week, 37 cents. This was in response to their news, but we're gonna go over more of that reasoning. And then throughout the day, I closed out of my yen trade. That's 6J. This one's related to YCS. We're gonna talk about it, but this was a future that I've been holding since June. I've been shorting it on the futures. I closed out today. It was like 50,000 ticks or something. It was about $6,000 in profit. So great trade. We're going to talk about that, but closed out of that one. Then I shorted the ES there at the 39.08. It broke to 388. Got 20 points there. That was like $100. Closed out of that one. And then when it bounced up again, I did another micro ES short, 39335, and then I closed at 3916. I think I made about like 190 on the day between both of those trades. So not too bad, but again, a lot of those day trades still holding, but wanted to start with those because we were talking talking about the flexibility. There's a lot going on, and even then, Goldman's talking about it now. This strategy that a lot of people are putting into place, they're playing individual stocks and then shorting broader indexes or futures, but hopefully you're seeing it right here. I'm playing small, going for $1 per share, not going too crazy on it, and overall, we're getting a little bit of action, being quick with it, not exposing ourselves to too much risk, but in the middle of all this volatility, it's just getting me in the action and keeping me flexible. So keep that in mind. But as far as the 3 plays now, starting with number 1, baby, Altria. Like I said, I grabbed those September 46s. I really like it. It's been my first option in a couple weeks. They had news related to Juul, so I thought that could be positive since that did bring them down amongst other things this year. But all in all, if you remember at the beginning of the year, Altria has done good in volatility. So I said, hey, let me throw $100 next week option. Let's see where it takes us. So it's kind of a gamble, but I'm hoping it could have a defensive type of move. But that is the first play. Second play, YCS, like I showed you, I took profits on the future, and this is what I want you to understand. I'm holding this one as a backup. I'm still in that YCS debit spread. They should be up about 100%. If you didn't go with the debit spread, you're making even more money. I'm telling you, it's been crazy. We've been calling this one out for 3 months, even right before it had this real run up. Again, today was massive. We got to, bring it up a little bit, but like I'm saying, it applies to a lot of other things. I don't think the play is done. I'm expecting it to flush to 145. It's just under there. Maybe it goes a little bit higher, but I think it will cool off, and then from there, I'm going to go for a re-entry. So I'm holding the YCS as the in-between until I grab another future just in case it does start to run. But like I'm saying, keep in mind how this has played out over the last 3 months. Again, the first time we brought up YCS, just take a look at the chart and how it moved. Keep this in mind over the next 3 to 6 months, because I do think this play will emerge. And as things start to go crazy, depending on what happens with Europe, this is definitely going to be an area you're going to watch, or maybe just a little uncrowded, and then you could get some good plays, baby. But that is play number 2. And then finally, number 3, baby, Apple and Tesla. Both of them right now, they're either safe havens or the piggy bank is going to crack. So I brought Apple up yesterday. I'm still in that Tesla. It held up surprisingly well today, and that's what I'm saying. Throughout the next week or so, or just till the end of the week, I think this will be a good one to trade, Apple and Tesla. And then also, as we confirm into next week and see what's really going on, I think these are either going to break or they'll be able to hold and outpace. And I think these will be very good opportunities. So you got the Apple event, watch them tomorrow, but Apple and Tesla, definitely keeping my eye on them, especially until we see a better, broader direction on the market. They're definitely going to be big drivers. So those are the main plays. Already went over everything else. I am going to be watching again more UNG and some of the cult plays, still riding them. As far as UNG, like I'm saying, this silent swan, it could be a big one, but I'm telling you, the confusing part about it now is that there will be an element of unknown as far as natural gas. Again, oil, I'm still pretty bullish on it. We talked about it, waiting for the dips. As again, if they don't come below our price on the premium, trust me, just be patient, play it slow the game down. But UNG, depending on what actions come from the Friday emergency meeting, and depending on if we get margin calls, that is going to affect a lot. But right now, we are in the midst of the flurry, and that's why I've been saying, if I could tell you anything, I have shares on these companies, because time is the hard part. The what is easy. We know they're going crazy. You could kind of get an idea of the midterm, and even looking at it on a macro scale, but the timing and the options and premium, that has been difficult. So give yourself flexibility and you should be good. But you're watching, and again, there's a lot of plays from natural gas to oil to the yen and then everything else. But like we've said, if you want to make it simple, just focus and you will be good. So I hope you're ready. But that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're hydrated, healthy, ready to go. Make sure you post your watch list. Make sure we see you there in the morning. I need the armor on. I need the helmet shining. I need you to remember, baby, you could be bold enough and you could be wise enough to speak out against the king, but you still might get clapped by the things that are smaller. What I'm saying, baby, treat this small as it's big, and you could do good on one thing, but the thing that you expect not to clap you, it very well may clap. It very well may clap. You know what I'm saying, Chad. But let's go, baby. It's game time, and I'm telling you, you got to get prepared for all of this, all of it, all the distractions. It's not like a distraction is going to make you fail, but you are already coming into a battle, and the distraction might keep your mind from where it needs to be. You see what I hope they feel me, Chad, but drink that water, stay hydrated, stay healthy. I'll see you in the morning. Keep it positive, and let's go, baby. It's game time, and it's right now, Chad. God bless America. God bless. I don't know. Now this is an awkward end. I'm too high. Stop playing with me.